Takes the deflection. Jesus on the turn. Ah, it's got the back of the net. Gabriel Jesus. Pep Guardiola has outthought Thomas Tuchel, and Man City have beaten Chelsea in the Premier League 1-0, and Manchester City absolutely deserved to win. They were infinitely the better side. On paper, for me, this is probably Man City's trickiest fixture of the whole season, because I think City and Chelsea will finish first and second. So going away to Chelsea for City is, for me, City's hardest game. City were absolutely excellent, but by contrast, Chelsea were absolutely woeful. And for me, that was totally down to Tuchel's tactics and the way he set up Chelsea. Tuchel did a Guardiola and he overcomplicated things. Played far too defensively, far too passively, far too negatively. Not cowardly, but too cautious, I think is the word. When you're at home as well, defending European champions, for a lot of people, the best team in the world. Not for me. They're definitely going to compete for the league, and for a lot of people, they're going to actually win the league. You're at home. I don't care who you play. Don't care if it's PSG, Man City. You cannot set up like that. You cannot play like that. You could hear the fans. They were not having it. They were not happy at all. That way of playing only works if you get the result, and hindsight is a beautiful thing. But I could tell immediately, I was really shocked at how they set up with Kante and Kovacic and Jorginho in the midfield. None of those three, they're not strictly exclusively defensive midfielders, but they are, I'd say, on the more defensive-minded, and certainly none of them are that attack-minded or as attack-minded as you would want. You need someone like Havertz or Mount in there. Mount was injured, but Havertz was on the bench, so Mount being injured isn't an excuse. It's far too passive and defensive in there, and it's just throw Lukaku and Werner up front. You could tell what the game plan was. It was stay back, let City have the ball, try to hit them on the counter-attack, try to use Werner's pace, try to use Lukaku's hold-up play, and hopefully we can get a goal on the counter-attack. And that didn't work. Clearly that didn't happen. Man City were very wise for that. This is basically how most teams play against City. They do the low block, they try to hit City on the counter-attack, so City are very good at countering that style of play. But I just don't think that was the right approach from Chelsea. It was far too negative and far too passive. City potentially were there for the taking. They've already lost once this season against Spurs. They then lost points against Southampton, and some people would have said that maybe Southampton deserved more than a draw from that game. But this was a City team that could have been there for the taking had Chelsea been a bit braver and had they got it right. But that's not what happened. And Tuchel just pulled a Guardiola and he overthought it and overcomplicated it. Guardiola, on the other hand, I really hope Pep just takes this as a blueprint and just carries on with it. Because had he done this in the Champions League final, for instance, I think it would have been a very, very different story. Instead of not playing a defensive midfielder, or instead of playing Gundogan on the right wing or whatever he's done in previous Champions League games, if he doesn't overcomplicate it, doesn't overthink, and he just plays the team that is the best team, and the team play, and he sets them out to play how he knows they can play, i.e. aggressively, offensively, on the front foot, and you will get your rewards for that. And that's exactly what happened. And Man City were absolutely deserved winners. Chelsea, I don't really think, apart from maybe the last few minutes when obviously Chelsea were desperate for a goal and Man City was sort of just trying to get the ball away, Chelsea didn't genuinely threaten Man City throughout pretty much the whole game. There's maybe one instance of a counter-attack in the first half with Werner and Lukaku, but City were very good defensively, so it didn't even really matter. We live stream the game over on Twitch, by the way. It's twitch.tv/LNobbins. There's a link in the description for you. I do football watch-alongs and general gaming streams, and in fact on Monday we'll be doing a FIFA 22 stream, and we'll be bashing that game like a mad lad, so make sure you are following the Twitch. Links in the description, as I say. Cancelo got the official man of the match. For me, it was Bernardo Silva. He was absolutely fantastic. There are also some shouts for potentially Diaz and for Rodri as well. So many good performances from City, contrasted by the poor performances from the Chelsea players, and as I will say again, they were at home. It was at Stamford Bridge. It's not a good look. And to top it all off, Manchester United lost against Aston Villa at home, and they had a penalty that Bruno apparently blazed over the bar. So this is a very good day to be a Man City fan. Man City go to second in the table. It's also a very good day to be a Liverpool fan, because Chelsea have lost, United have lost, City will obviously still be there and thereabouts, but if Liverpool win today, and I assume they will, they're playing Brentford, I believe, at home, so they should win that quite comfortably. They will go 3 points clear, but City go away to Anfield next week, so that will be very interesting to see. And City actually play PSG as well in the week, so 3 very tricky away games. You could say that 3 of the hardest away games in world football. And they've got the first victory, and for me that was the hardest one. I think PSG is going to be the easiest one. I think PSG are overrated. You know my thoughts on PSG. Anfield is going to be very tricky as well, especially given what is to play for. It's a great day to be a City fan. Never felt more like singing the blues. City win, United lose. Oh, City. The next video on the channel is up for grabs, by the way. If you go to the community tab on my homepage on the YouTube, then you'll see there are numerous topics to pick from. We've got the tier list ranking Premier League third kits, why World Cup every 2 years is the stupidest idea ever, exposing the empty ad myth, explain the Ramdoy to football position, and explain the Swiss model. Currently, why World Cup every 2 years is the stupidest idea ever is the winner with 27% of the vote. 48 people have voted on that, but exposing the empty ad myth and the third kit tier list is close behind it. So if you want to have your say on what video should be next on the channel, make sure to head over to that poll, make sure to vote, and whoever is the winner at, let's say, midnight tonight, I will be doing that specific video. Currently it's why a World Cup every 2 years is the stupidest idea. I'll do all the videos eventually, but it's just about order really and what you guys want to see next on the channel. Great day in terms of football. I'm now going to go meet up with some of my mates who I haven't seen since before COVID, so I'm very excited about that. Have a lovely day, guys, and I will see you next time.